first, and then I'll probably give them a little fucking thing going. Otherwise, they're gonna stay thick as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, if I cut them, then I can't line them up or whatever. This one's a little crazy, but it doesn't take me that long. So I'm gonna get that done probably later tonight or tomorrow. I'm already cleaning up my place, and I'm working on laundry and dishwasher. So if you hear something going, it's a dishwasher. But I want everyone to know, here, let me turn all comments on, all of them. I want everyone to know that there was a lot that fucking went down in just a little bit of time. Fuck, I don't fucking like. Man. Whatever, dude. Fucking, that looks good to me. So, you know, let me turn these on. We have some in the background here. This is an emergency broadcast. Maybe we can communicate with lights, since they're trying to feed us all of our fucking right to speak and communicate or whatever. So, just an idea for those of you that are enduring censorship. Which brings up the start of the day. Apparently there was an executive order signed to freeze all funding to these Nazi locations that are thieving the beings in there of their right to speak. Okay, you're not allowed to make speaking illegal in the USA. It's part of the USA Book of Law. So, due to that being the fact that it's a violation of the USA Bill of Rights, funding is being frozen because it's federal funding, and this location is not doing the USA Book of Law, which is what the USA is to be following. So I'm not going to fund an invasion location, invasion ideology, invasion beings, these sanctuary states. So funding is currently being frozen, and it's for various fucking beings. I mean, across the fucking... The only thing that I think will remain is food assistance and the Obamacare, but not... So like Medi-Cal, but Medicare is for the, I think, the older people. Yeah, Medicare. So food assistance and the indigent insurance or whatever, you know, that is going to remain active. But I guess there's other locations, such as, I think, Social Security, funding for various elderly. I mean, the group that's getting affected or going to get hit by this is kind of the elderly people. I think there's even some veterans involved, but you know what? This is war, and the veterans are just going to have to participate in this war against Nazism and defunding Nazism and enacting the USA Book of Law. Welcome to the battlefield, everybody. We're in Civil War II, Revolutionary War II, Civil War II, World War III. The War for Freedom is what it's called, and it's fucking planetary. I guarantee you guys this is planetary. That's what I'm gonna discuss today, or now. And I believe because it's planetary, it's going to be, freedom will be permanent for this planet from here forward. So right now there's a big ass fucking war. I know people want to blame this and that, but there's currently 20 million invasion beings inside of the USA right now, the USA country boundary lines, and there's a lot going on with that. One thing I wanted to mention is there's a goal of 1,500 deportations per day, which has not been met yet, and there's that only adds up to like 2,100,000 by the fourth year if you do that every day. So it's actually, it needs to be far more than that, because in order to get to the 20 million, I mean, within 4 years, that has to be done. So I didn't do the number for that exactly, but here's the other thing. The deportations are pissing off these various locations. Obviously, they're gonna be, you know, whatever. The thing that I'm concerned about is, okay, so they're pissed off that they're citizen, civilian, or I would say, I consider them fucking military. I don't care. You don't have to be in camouflage in order to be military. It's military members in civilian gear. They're armed with chemical weapon. They're armed with metal projectile weapon. They're fucking eating up the fucking food. They're fucking coming in with viruses and who the fuck knows what. Turns out when they go to their location, now they all have fucking masks on. Now they all have, you know, with the fucking strings or whatever, now they have masks on. It's like, well, why weren't you fucking wearing that here? You know, they're all walking around just, it's a fucking invasion, and I don't want to hear anything about it because, I mean, I've already come to my conclusion as far as that goes. And then, so, this includes, the deportation includes these Nazi Ukrainians that have located themselves here, and there was a little bit of an error on the article that or the news, whatever, reel that I watched. They had the comma in the wrong spot, or they had a missing zero. So it's either 3 million or 300,000, but then I read later in the same news reel that 300,000 Nazi Ukrainians came into the USA in one planetary orbit around the sun. So we're talking about, it's probably, my guess would be it is 3 million, because we're talking about from who the fuck knows how long they've been here to now. And if one fucking planetary orbit around the sun, you get 300,000 additional beings. I mean, this is fucking crazy that it even got to this point. I can't believe the Nazi militia is actually defending them, protecting them, you know, while they're forcing us all into the fucking cages, using the invasion as an excuse to ask me for my fucking ID. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they don't fucking do anything about this being murder someone, rape someone, and they're fucking out walking the streets, or they just get deported. It's like, man, wouldn't that be nice to just fucking be able to return home after you fucking commit some crazy fucking crimes? What's his name? I don't even like dude, but he was some fake doctor was talking to one of these beings, asking them, so have you been deported? Yes, 2 times. Have you ever committed any crimes in here? And then the agent, he won't answer that question because I want to speak with my lawyers. So that brings up, okay, are the lawyers fucking defending some invasion fucking being? This is all just crazy to me. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And because I've already been thinking all this, right? But the agent steps in and goes, yeah, there's been pedophilia, human trafficking or something, drug charges, and now he's getting sent back one more time, another fucking time, getting graciously delivered back to their home on a fucking flight too. That's, I mean, to commit the level of invasion that they've done, and then be gracious enough to return your citizen, you should all be fucking thankful. I don't want to hear any bitching and moaning about it, because you know what? You shouldn't have been here in the first place. You shouldn't have sent your population this way. You should have been respecting your own fucking population if they are fleeing your location. Or if you're invading, then, you know what I'm saying, intentionally invading. Here's the other thing. Are you intentionally fucking harassing and abusing your population so that they invade? Is that the fucking hustle? Any of the fucking above, I don't fucking like, and I don't give a fuck how they arrive. You're lucky that they don't fucking arrive with a bullet through their fucking dome. You know what I'm saying? A missing fucking hole right here. So, the various locations that are getting them are, I guess, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, India, Nazi Ukraine, and then, I don't know. So I believe those are the ones so far, but there's going to be obviously far more. And it's not the Nazi militia the low level Nazi militia. It's like the DEA, and they call it ICE, which is like, I guess that's a border patrol agency. They're working together, fucking getting these beings. I like how gentle they are with them. You know, the whole process, they're extremely gentle. I haven't seen anyone get thrown to the ground or a fucking door kicked in. No one's showing up with a whole bunch of fucking shields and all this stuff. And, you know, it's like they're just graciously handled, and you're able to stand there and talk, and here's all the crimes that we did, you know, in your location, and now you get to send me back home on a flight. So I think all these locations owe for the flight, and I believe they also owe for the fucking participation in the invasion of the USA. So I mentioned earlier, I don't give a fuck about pixels on a fucking screen or fucking ink on cotton. That's all fucking imagination. I don't value any of that shit. What the fuck is ink on cotton gonna do for me? Okay, so they owe us money, which in the way that I speak money, it's something of value. So you owe us fucking ammo, you owe us food, you owe us medicine, or you know, you owe us something. And I don't want any fucking pixels on a fucking screen. I don't want any of that fucking bullshit, some ink on fucking cotton, shiny metal. I already told you about the California, Nevada gold belt. We don't fucking need shiny metal here. Alright, so what I fucking want is a repayment in something that's actually fucking of value. So figure out whatever the fuck it is. Something has to be done though. Deliver some fucking metal. Deliver some fucking, I don't know, some oil. So I want the cost of this whole thing, because each being is getting like 134K to just stand there and chain up some invasion being, you know. 134K, I don't know how much the pilots are getting paid, but I wanted all the fuck paid for based on whatever fucking location they came from. So at the moment, here's the other thing. Damn, there's so much to cover. I'll stick to the border though. The army has been sent to the border. The entire army is down there. They're like fast-paced constructing the fucking fence, all in metal. They're trying to add these reinforcement beams so that you can't just take out one bar or whatever with the grinder. They're adding these reinforcement beams, welding them on. And I mean, it's just kind of like, it looks like it's temporary, you know, because we're gonna soon have the location beyond that fence. So it looks temporary for a reason. I'm sure that metal can be used in the future, or if we want it as a historic landmark, I don't know. But right now they're only being constructed because invasion beings, human trafficking, armed with metal fucking projectile weapon, chemical weapon, are driving across. So, of course, it's not going to stop everything. We know people can use ladder and this and that shit, but it's stopping people from actively driving across with a truckload of fucking slaves in the fucking back of the truck. You know, so the longer you make it, the more it costs in gas, the more gas weighs shit too. So the more gas you're going to add, the more dangerous the drive is. Fucking now you have to go all the way around out here, extra mile. So it all adds up, and we're just trying to defund the fuck everything. So for some reason, it's like, why doesn't that government take care of their own fucking population? Why don't they have food carts out there? Why don't they have tiny homes out there for them to sleep in? It's like they don't give a fuck about their fucking own location. So I'm gonna have to figure a few things out, because I know they're civil warring with each other with these three various cartel groups, and then there's the government militia, which apparently we're not cool with any of them. One of them is the one that we're going, I don't know, you know, all this stuff, but I don't want to shout out which one, but pretty much they're at civil war. And what happened is, at the border, there's a fucking cartel group that started firing automatic weapons. I'm pretty sure it's automatic, maybe semi-automatic, but rifles, fucking rifles, start firing them at the army. Started opening fire at the army, and they have it all caught on drone video. So it's all fucking out there now. There's been a whole bunch of shit about them shooting up these slave fucking trucks, trucks being, I don't know, delivering these slaves in the back, whether they're aware of it or not. But there's all this shit about the competing cartels. Just because someone's being brought up here, well, maybe this group doesn't want them brought up here because they want theirs brought up here, you know? They want their slave beings to be trafficked in this location, that location. So anyways, they have opened fire, and the army is talking about moving forward. They're gonna, now that there's open fire, they're thinking about just, and I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it sounds like very fucking soon. Like, I can't believe what fucking went down today, but yeah, they're talking about moving forward. I don't know, and I don't really want to reveal. Actually, here, let me show you. Because this video actually brings up let me clean up my phone real quick so you have a good view here. Oh, I'm a little bit wound up. Drink some coffee. But, so I'm gonna show you a video here that I made. It shows the Panama Canal, that's in this story. I'm also gonna be talking about Greenland. I'm gonna be talking about some Nazi invasion beings that I captured last night, and just hopefully the discussion, I don't know, I don't have any planned out like setup, but I'm telling you, I fucking had a hell of a fucking planetary rotation so far. So let me go to this fucking video that I got here. I want to show you guys the war plan. Here's my fucking war plan, because I already have this all fucking figured out. I have a bunch of satellite imaging of the location, but I wanted to show you this here. There it is. Okay, so I'll walk you through what each thing means here. Why did I draw that line? Let me look at my various things first. Okay. So I'll have to look at this again because I have it all on in my photos here. But did I get the Panama Canal? Oh shit, dude. Anyways, okay. So I have this here. I'll figure out what they mean later because I can't remember. I think that was just me showing this is the point we need for Mexico to become America, to become USA. So we'd be going to about that point on Mexico. I believe that's right near their border. I don't know. We'll have to have discussions with some of the other leadership in the future. But then I have right here, that's the Panama Canal. And then the green line that I drew is what I just drew that green line because it's the shortest route without having to make some fucking drastic tunnel through these mountains. It's a mountainous area right here. So I went through the valleys and found the shortest route from point A to point B. And I drew this up to represent train tracks, possibly train tracks, as opposed to having the ships cross, unload the cargo here. It goes via train track over to the other side and gets picked up by a ship there. And then that cuts the amount of, because I told you gas is heavy, that cuts the amount of gas that a ship would need to get from here to here, here to here, you know. And it doesn't have to be just one track. I was thinking it could be fucking 4 tracks all lined up, or even more than that. And I have a few different ideas with how to transfer the crates, but I really don't know it's possible. I'm sure some engineers could figure something dope out. But anyways, this is supposed to represent the easiest path for train tracks if we don't tunnel, which we know it's possible to tunnel. I was just showing a representation there. Okay. Then the next one, I'm showing the human trafficking lines here. You see all those lines on the ground? I believe that white line is one that I drew. I believe the one white line here is what I drew, and you'll see it in a moment here, but all these lines behind it are all these human trafficking fucking lines, and then this is the USA on the other side. It also has human trafficking lines, but this is the one I'm mainly concerned about, and it's right at the fucking border. So then here's how I came up with I said, well, if we do get Mexico, we're gonna have to divide it up into states. Now at this point, I don't know, because there's not very many beings there. But I decided to divide it up in states like this. That was just my initial draw. And then I decided, let me make the middle state wider. Okay, and then why did I have this amount of states? You'll see why. Okay, then, so I made the middle state wider right there. So there's 3 states. I don't know if you can see the other line. See how it's divided up into 3 states? That bottom line is the first green line that we saw. And then this is that line from the red human trafficking image. And then these are lines that I drew just roughly. But I was figuring 3 states would break up the power of one state going, well, let me block, because I was thinking from this location we would train up and be able to ship to the East Coast, to Central America, to California, and then, you know, let the engineers figure out all the transfers or whatever if they want something else. But just for a general idea, this train track could go to the East Coast, this one could go to the West, or a ship from the East Coast could make deliveries and fucking deliver to the West from the train track and just all on one ship. I don't know, split cargo. Who the fuck knows? So I don't know how crowded things are getting within the USA or things like that, but I know that the train tracks were kind of built curved because the technology back then, they didn't really have the ability to tunnel. So it takes a long time to go from East Coast to West Coast on the ground, and ground is pretty efficient as far as energy goes. Aircraft is risky, we know why, 9/11, 9/11, so ground is a lot safer, but it is costly because there was curves put in, and I believe the reason why curves were put in, which is why I want control of the Panama Canal, I believe curves were put in because you cannot overload the cargo. You can't overload the train without it having a train wreck, flipping over on a curve. So that means whatever cargo is to be delivered is delivered without human mammal inside that human-sized box. You know, no one can see it. Well, if you put it, you know, if you put something in there that's heavier than what you're saying you're delivering, you're gonna fucking flip this train. And I believe that's why, and also at the same time, it's slowing down transportation of it. So it's going to be harder for people to human traffic, longer, more costly, and, you know, and then time is money. So I believe the curves were intentionally put in, but here's the thing. If we have control of the Panama Canal, which we need in order to control Mexico, we should be able to somehow make sure that the cargo is what it says it is, from it being transferred from the ship to the train, or, you know, whatever. So if we don't have that, then you're running the risk of human trafficking, which is really why we want control of the Panama Canal, is because a lot of beings can fit into one fucking cargo container. So as far as human trafficking from other countries, from the USA to other countries, invading here and sending ours out, whatever the fucking thing is, I want it all to fucking end. And the only way for that to happen is for the USA to be the ones in control of the location. And then here's the thing. China is currently building a bridge at the Panama Canal on either side of the Panama Canal. And then what that's gonna do is allow shipment from one location to the other without the Panama Canal having to be used. My fucking idea, which is right here, of course. So that's gonna give some other continent control over the American continent shipping. They get paid for shipping on our continent because they're the ones building the bridge right now, and they're going to be in control of the bridge. If another location, another country and continent is building on the American continent, then that's a risk for the American continent, for the USA's safety, national security safety. It's a risk for potential human trafficking, and no one's going to know, potential invasion. And it's not just slaves that could be transferred in these cargo containers. It could be filled with fucking military members. And now the location with 1.2 billion people fills cargo containers up with their militia. All it takes is one fucking ship and we're full on fucking invaded. And that's what it feels like's already happening. We have 20 million people in here, invasion beings in here, that are, 100% invaded, armed with chemical weapon, armed with metal projectile weapon. They're raping, they're murdering, they're fucking going after people's pets and shit. It's like, this is just, it's fucking World War III. So welcome yourselves to the battlefield. Everybody, we're gonna have to endure some moments together that are a little bit rough. But the thing is, so with all that being said, that's the overall plan. And then I personally, and I know each of the locations of Mexico where each cartel is located and in control of, and also where the Mexican government, their beings, Nazi government beings, are fucking locating themselves. So I pretty much have that all broken down. I don't want to get into it right now. But the location that I was trying to recommend people go to, oh, this is the one where, okay, it's the same one. So this line that I drew is right near Baja California and California. And I drew that one to make sure, like I said, you don't want one state to have too much power. Otherwise, in the future, you're running the risk of them cutting off transportation to various locations in the USA. You don't want to have one state in control of all this power. So I had to break it up into, I believe it's 6 different states. That's just how they came out. I wanted smaller, like narrow ones. I came up with that pretty much due to, it's all based on shipping. So shipping, and then I just drew the lines rough. If you want to fucking have some river be the mark, then go ahead. If you want to have a mountain range be the mark, whatever. But I don't really care. It could be fucking, I'm tired of the gerrymandering. So I just fucking drew it as what I saw as most logical. So there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason this one's slanted and everything. So I believe I have it slanted because it lands in the middle of this water here, which then gives this one control of the water, half of the water, and gives this whole side of Baja California and Cabo control of the water. So you can also ship there to there, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan. That's what that was saying. And I want to get into Greenland now. So Greenland is actually icy. It only has 55,000 beings in the location, And there's various areas where I feel the country needs help. One of it being military protection, and then the other one, it looks like they have the ability to ship things and get things going, like transport goods in exchange for whatever they want, but they don't have the ability with materials available, crafts available, beings available, but they do have waterways and different things like that. And then it's a pretty large location that could potentially end up enduring invasion, and the USA doesn't want that, of course. Like, it's getting too close to the USA to be having these other countries that are currently harassing us potentially invade and occupy whatever, whether it be China, fucking who knows where. Even India is upset at the moment due to the deportation thing. So Germany's chiming in here. Denmark, let's see, where's Denmark? So they're talking about Denmark is already wanting, let me see, Denmark. So Denmark, Kingdom of Denmark, so that is Greenland. I haven't looked into Greenland at all, but Denmark is a Scandinavian country. It's linked to nearby Sweden. Its capital to home. It's a country in Europe. So Denmark's out in fucking Europe. Denmark is not Greenland. So here's the issue. Denmark, and right below it, you have Germany, is right below it. So Denmark is that little thing right there. Here's Germany. Germany's chiming in saying they want Greenland, that they don't want the USA to have Greenland, that Germany wants Greenland. And I think NATO's kind of chiming in on the Panama Canal. Trump saying that he wants everyone to increase their defense spending to 5%. Certain locations weren't able to meet that 5%. They were hardly even able to meet the required 2% in order to remain in the group. 2% of their total country income has to be dedicated towards defense. Trump saying he wants it at 5%, and some of them are currently struggling to make it to 2%. So it's pretty pathetic. And it says that Nazi Germany almost did not make the amount required in 2024. And I happen to know that Nazi Israel had to gift money to Nazi Germany in, I believe, 2024. So it just so happens they barely make the mark, 2%. And who is it that bailed them out? Literally beings from that exact fucking location. Nazi Germany 2 bailed out Nazi Germany 1. So I don't know how that really works, how you just divide and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now we have different currency. It's all fucking Nazi hustle in order to falsely for them to be able to print money without having to worry about some sort of inflation, because now you have two separate currencies pretty much. So if this location's struggling with money, I don't know how everyone's so brainwashed that they see it like this, but the same fucking beings that were from this location are able to now somehow donate to this location. Whereas if they were all in one location, you can't go, well, I need money for myself. So, you know, so I don't know. Everyone's so fucking brainwashed. It's like, just turn the printers on and okay, here you go. Just tell, or it probably doesn't even do that. It's probably just, okay, just tell the planet that we gave you something. Just tell them and we'll, you know, we'll adjust some pixels on the screen, whatever, you know, I don't know. But they donated to that location. Nazi Israel donated to building the Iron Dome. I mean, Nazi Germany donated to building the Iron Dome in Nazi Israel along with the US, Nazi US. So Germany's currently upset at the USA because the USA is saying they want Greenland for the free world, he says. Not even just to obtain, it's to remain safe as a country. There's no other fucking option, otherwise Nazism is gonna spread. So they're enduring a huge fucking war out in Europe, you know, with against the Russian military, Russian militia, and so I just wanted to use all of that as evidence, though, that because I've been saying these Nazi law enforcement officers are enacting Nazi law. They're an invasion ideology. You're not allowed to invade ideologically in the USA. You're allowed to be from here and also be an invasion being because you've invaded ideologically. My evidence is the Confederate invasion of the USA. So you're not allowed to invade ideologically. No, states do not have their own boundary line laws. That is a Confederate ideology. You are required to follow the USA Book of Law. That is the fucking law in the USA. It means exactly as it fucking reads. Okay, I have the right to protect myself from invasion. I have the right to protect my country and my country population from invasion. Invasion ideologically, invasion physically. I believe we're enduring both at the same time. They're sending over their fucking Nazi beings out to this location, participating in these fucking elections, enforcing their Nazi law by using the Confederate ideology that these state boundary lines have the right to violate the fucking USA Book of Law. Where in it does it say you have the right to violate the USA Book of Law? I'm pretty sure the 13th bill reads pretty clear that if you violate the USA Book of Law, you will be deemed as a criminal and you can endure slavery. And then Article 4, Section 4 says that if you are an invasion being, we are allowed to eliminate the invasion being permanently in order to protect freedom, in order to protect the USA country. So I prefer Article 4, Section 4, and I've said go ahead and fucking go ahead and drop it, you know? Drop the fucking invasion beings. Prove that you're fucking from here. Drop the beings. Do us all a fucking favor. Apparently the other countries don't want them back, so go ahead and drop them, dude. I mean, what the fuck are you waiting for? But no, they want to be on their fucking... It's all evidence that they're all fucking on this fucking hustle to enslave USA citizen civilian while enact Nazi law. You know, Nazi ideology to enslave human mammal. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And the theft of fucking speech, you know they'd all be fucking down immediately to come and fucking arrest your ass, just like we're seeing out in fucking Nazi Britain, coming to people's doors for moving their fucking thumbs on their fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? You move your thumbs, you move your mouth, you vibrate the fucking air, and now they want to come and say you're a violent being. It's like, what's violent about, you know, vibrating the fucking air? What's violent about all I do is move my thumbs like this. This is all I'm doing. So, yeah, you can go see for yourself. Nazi beings are busting into the fucking homes while someone's sitting at their computer saying you're not allowed to, you got to come with us to the cage locations because you're talking. You're moving your thumbs, you're moving your fingers. So, it's a disgrace to the human mammal species. I do believe they're invasion beings, literally from another planet, dimension. I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet. But I do believe they're invasion beings. I do believe some of them know that they're invasion beings. And I do believe that some of them possibly have had like the Men in Black fucking memory erase, or they consume a bunch of lead or some shit and erase their own memory intentionally. But yeah, I have no idea how they're able to just memorize this endless amount of fucking Nazi law, but for some reason they can't fucking seem to comprehend or fucking accept that this is the only law in the USA. This thin book of law. Look how fucking thin that is. And that's with everyone's name in it. That's with mentioning Constitution Week and Constitution Day, various quotes. It's such a thin fucking book. It blows my mind that these fucking morons can't figure it out. Which tells me, I would say they can figure it out. They just don't want to fucking have that as the fucking law. And why? Because they're not fucking from here. Okay? I don't think they're from this fucking planet. And I definitely don't think that they're from this fucking country. The ones that are from this, currently in this country, I would identify as an entirely different country, and it doesn't have to be some nice fancy line. The country has Nazi acne at the moment. They're all over the fucking place. There's 6,000 plus Nazi cage locations across the fucking USA country boundary lines at the moment. And I want them all to turn into an Alcatraz museum, possibly like a Auschwitz fucking museum. But I prefer to shout out Alcatraz. And yeah, I want them all to be museums. Some countries are turning their cage locations into hotels and semi-luxurious hotels, housing beings that are struggling, struggling with their life or struggling on enduring survival. They get to go to this location that's actually nice to stay at. And but I would prefer, let's leave it as is and let's show everybody. I want all the fucking doors taken down. We'll set that up on the side somewhere, or I don't know. But it's either that or blow them the fuck up, and we can have, just like there's the different concentration camps that the Nazi Jews built out in Nazi Germany are all left up because they were filled with beings that were from the various locations, the USA, different locations across the planet. And those locations said, we want ours to remain standing for historical purposes. Russia said, or Soviet Union said, fuck that, we want the location destroyed permanently. And they bombed it. And so their current location, you can go visit it. It's just a pile of rocks or whatever. So I don't mind having that as a museum either. We could have a pile of fucking rocks sitting there and everyone can go and take pictures. Look at this pile of rocks, Isn't this so interesting that everyone used stone to cage human mammal, to build dungeons as opposed to building castle? This is all history now. Your fucking history. All right? Something that you're still down for. You still dial that fucking 9/11 number like you can't learn your fucking lesson. All right? But these fucking various locations, I guarantee you, they're either going to be disappeared or they're going to be a museum. You can't have both. Actually, you can have both, right? Now we just figured that out. We can have both. You can visit a pile of rocks. So that big, beautiful wall, all that stone got used on 6,000 plus Nazi cage locations. The metal to build the wall, all in those Nazi cage locations. Fucking fencing, fucking bars, and I'm not talking about drinking bars like the 21st bill. I'm talking about metal bars on the fucking wall, cement fucking flooring, second floor is fucking cement fucking flooring. They want to build a skyscraper and one now out in fucking Nazi New York. So it's really fucking, it's all evidence of the fucking invasion. I can't believe how much they fucking continue to get paid as a Nazi militia in order to I don't know, in their mind, I don't know, they're pretend saving you, because what the money should be focused on is housing this being, feeding the being, making sure the population has survival needs, and also fun. I would like to fund fun. But for some reason, these beings are just getting paid hundreds of fucking thousands, all while allowing the fucking invasion to occur. And then here's the other thing. The invasion beings are all being located at, where? The fucking Nazi cage locations. They're at the Nazi, they're at the Nazi education locations, the concentration camps. For our citizen civilian, they're having beings come in here and harass your child to the point, bully your fucking child to the point that they start pulling the trigger on motherfuckers. Troll this motherfucker to the point of insanity, and fucking now we have school shootings. Oh, what do they want at schools now? Well, now they want a Nazi standing at the fucking school to protect everybody. Now they all have There's even more jobs, and guess what? He gets to sit on his fucking ass all day, just like the fucking rest of them. All right, so it's all a big fucking Nazi hustle. I know that they're fucking provoking these incidents, whether it's the Nazis here, invasion beings here, all on the same hustle, realizing it or not. That's what you're fucking doing, and it needs to fucking end. I want the fucking every location should have open campus. You're allowed to fucking leave if these beings are fucking trolling you. That's how it used to be at my high school. That's how it was at my college. You can leave whenever you want. If the teacher's trolling you, the kids are trolling you, go the fuck home and say you're not feeling well. I need to rest. I'm feeling nauseous. You could walk home. We had an open campus on lunch, so you could just entirely leave the campus and go to fucking wherever you want, you know, to get food or back home, eat some fucking bagel bites, play some peggle. So I want that to happen. What else happened? What was I gonna say? So there's a lot of stuff going on with the Nazi hearing regarding the USA citizen civilian. His name is ASAP Rocky. I don't want to talk too much on it, but I'm just going to hit this, that he followed the USA Book of Law. It sounds like everyone in this incident followed the USA Book of Law, and for some reason they're being deemed as criminal. They've criminalized being USA citizen civilian. In this case is my fucking evidence of that. That you're allowed to keep and show all weapons all the time. You're allowed to defend your life. You're allowed to continue your pursuing happiness. Okay? That's in the fucking Book of Law there. And that goes for the fucking both of them. According to the book I'm reading about George Washington, someone got into a fight with him. You are allowed to fight in the USA. It doesn't say anything in the Book of Law about no fighting. So if you feel your life is being threatened, your freedom to continue living is being threatened, then you have the right to defend yourself. And I don't know. There's a lot of other stuff going on with that, but the whole case should just be thrown out because everything in it, you literally did the USA Book of Law. You are a USA citizen civilian, and they criminalized you for being USA citizen civilian. The beings alive, it's like, this is just crazy that I'm talking about 105,000, or what was it? 105,500 or something like that, 109,000. Let me see, I think I got it on my fucking thing here. See how many beings have died in just fucking one planetary orbit around the sun while they're all focused on this shit. And then they want to call themselves hero. It's like, you're not a fucking hero, dumbass. Where is it? 109,500 plus beings died from overdose. 109,500. And that's overdose on chemical weapon. So I believe it's chemical weapon. And that was in one planetary orbit around the sun. The discussion, there was that discussion with the Chinese president. It's like losing a loaded Boeing 737 every single planetary rotation. And then it bumped up, and this is to fentanyl alone. It bumped up to every single planetary rotation. We're losing a loaded Boeing 747. So I can't believe that all these beings aren't protesting that. Like, why don't you care that beings are dying? A whole plane load of beings are dying, and you just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that everyone is participating in supporting these invasion beings when USA citizen civilian is being criminalized and murdered? People need to be fucking focused on where the fuck they're fucking from. So where the fuck I'm fucking from is the USA. And I recommend that all you guys read through that fucking Book of Law, because if you don't, if you're housing and aiding the enemy, you're gonna be fucking put down. I'm not fucking joking. This is Civil War II, Revolutionary War II, World War III. So if you're housing and aiding the enemy, you are committing what's called treason. Treason is punishable by death, especially when it's fucking assisting a fucking country that's in violation of a signed treaty, which is the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. So these Nazi concentration camp locations and these fucking Nazi Bethlehem fucking church locations are the two primary locations that are housing these fucking invasion beings and aiding them. Okay? What a fucking bullshit fucking, it just fucking makes me livid to think that these fucking Nazi Bethlehem motherfuckers came up in here talking about peace, and they always have a death weapon on their fucking neck. This goes for every fucking one of them. They want to talk about they're peaceful. Well, what's peaceful about housing and aiding the fucking invasion? How is that fucking peaceful? These beings are armed with a chemical weapon to the point that we're losing a loaded Boeing 747 every single planetary rotation, and you're talking about you're peaceful. What's peaceful about fucking murdering someone? Okay, what's peaceful about this after-birth fucking abortion routine you got down? And why are you housing and aiding these invasion beings? Well, because they're Bethlehem. These invasion beings, they're not Mexican, they're Bethlehem. They're Bethlehem too, with Catholic, Christian, whatever, Mormon, I don't know, Amish. They're fucking Bethlehem. So all those fucking beings, all those whatever you want to call yourself beings, I call it a country because that's what welcome back to reality. We have country books of law. Bethlehem is currently named Nazi Israel. Okay, so if you want to move to Bethlehem, if you want to enact Bethlehem ideology, Bethlehem law, then go ahead and fucking move to Nazi Israel. It's being protected by an Iron Dome. Isn't that great, Fox News? Remember how many times you were telling me, feed this motherfucker for 25 cents a fucking month or whatever? Feed this motherfucker. Turns out they got Iron Dome out there. They got reverse osmosis out there. Here I am in California, no fucking heater. You know what I'm saying? Only because I can't fucking afford it. I gotta use my little, gotta cut my own hair, gotta shave my own face. Gotta clean my own house. Isn't that crazy? All the shit I gotta paint my own nails. All the shit that you guys fucking pay for, I'm forced to fucking do it on my fucking own. Oh, well, someone somewhere else is getting these non-stop fucking shout-outs. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck you. Fuck you to all of them. Fuck you to every single fucking Nazi fucking news outlet. You're all fucking filled with your fucking Nazi law enactment. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, I cannot get through one goddamn fucking reel without hearing some fake fucking law being shouted out. DUI this, blah, blah, blah. Well, how about you read the 21st bill for fucking, for once in your fucking life? Let's read the 21st bill, Let's read the 3rd bill. Let's read the 4th bill. Why is my 5th bill being violated? The right to remain silent. Why isn't Article 4, Section 4 ever being cited? It's like, let's read this off to let everyone know. But no, every single fucking Nazi news outlet is just non-stop shouting out these fucking Nazi laws. Quarantine this, fucking evacuation this. It's not your fucking property. Alright, get the fuck off of mine. I just proved to you these Nazi beings are in violation of the book of law. Still, this is here in California. I don't want to see any fucking funding to California until they're ready to end this fucking Nazism. They got plenty of fucking money. These motherfuckers are sitting on their fucking ass, harassing me on my fucking walks. Alright, and it's non-stop. I had another harassment that, unfortunately, I didn't get on tape because I had both my hands filled with grocery bags because I'm forced to fucking walk. I don't have a combustion engine right now. I know you want to give this location, that location, the ability to transport themselves to a job. How do motherfucker get from fucking Brazil and somehow working out here? Where's my fucking transport? Where's my public fucking transport? Where's my fucking food? Where's my fucking house? You know what I'm saying? Where's my fucking medication? Why am I not farming cannabis? Well, you're seeing why. Because California non-stop funds this fucking Nazism. It's all across the fucking schools. I know I've been here my whole fucking life. I'm currently 33 years planetary orbits around the sun. I guarantee you they're fucking funding the Nazism. I guarantee they have the fucking money. What they need to do is get their fucking shit together, defund Nazism, and turn each location into Alcatraz. And guess what? Now you have all the money to build reverse osmosis. Now you have the money to pay for a fire department or whatever the fuck it is. Pay for whatever the fuck it is. I mean, if this is global warming, where's my goddamn solar? Where's my goddamn solar panels? I'm here in California. Where's my fucking solar panels? Where's my Venturi effect fucking turbo fucking air cooled for my car? Doesn't just simply the Venturi effect make a smaller engine have the same power as a larger engine? Cancer is the second leading cause of death. Well, you can't have tinted windows out here. You're not allowed to have tinted windows. Not in Nazi California. No tinted windows. Global warming's the issue. Everybody, global warming, we're all gonna die. But no one's allowed to have air-cooled intake on their fucking engine. Well, I am, actually, because if you buy it stock with the vehicle, this is another Nazi law. If you buy if the turbo comes stock on the vehicle, then you can have it on. But if you install it yourself, you're not allowed to have it on. And that was something the Nazi mayor tried to fucking do. She changed her mind, luckily. I don't know. I was going back and forth with her. Is she Nazi, Confederate? I don't know. We'll have to see here. But she was trying to say she doesn't want anybody working on their own home, cleaning up their own fucking home. It's like, bitch, this is their motherfucking property. Are you understanding that you're public servant? If you cannot do the job, the occupation title, then proceed to find another fucking job. Because right now, what you're enduring is called public servant. That's the occupation title. Alright, so get used to it. You may not be having a paycheck soon. A lot of you guys, a lot of these harassment beings, I told them go ahead and fucking delay any fucking emergency funding because I'm still getting fucking harassed out here. On my fucking walk to the fucking store. You can go ahead and thank yourselves for fucking working so fucking hard. You can't seem to have the ability to find fucking fun. And for some reason you just gotta non-stop fucking fund this fucking Nazism. Which is another reason why I'm fucking pissed off at these locations. While I'm sitting here saying, okay, you know what, I want to defund fucking Nazis. I'm not gonna work so that I don't have to pay any more fucking taxes until they get their fucking shit together. Well, guess who comes in to save the fucking day for the Nazi? These invasion beings. Now they're all occupying these labor locations. They're all fucking, participating in at least the 10% sales tax. That we know for sure. So, I know they're gonna say, well, we're the labor for the fruits and the labor for the foods. I told you, there's 20 million beings, invasion beings, in this fucking country at the moment. So I don't give a fuck about food price. It's a goddamn oxymoron to have them to say, well, they're bringing down the food price. Well, they're also consuming the fucking food. So, I mean, what's rare is valuable. If there's not a lot of food around, then it's gonna go up in price. I don't care how fucking cheap the labor is. And I'm pretty sure all of us are of intelligence or intelligent enough to invent a fucking way to crop out without having to have some fucking human mammal or potentially Nazi mammal, Nazi being, who knows where they're fucking from, doing the fucking labor for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that motherfucker anymore. And if anyone needs help, put up the fucking ad on YouTube. You know? We'll call it charity. We'll call it community service. You're not allowed to slave yourself out. Well, why? They always have some cute word to coat things. Community service. No, that's called slavery. You're forcing a being to endure labor. Your theft of earnings, force-free labor is slavery. So when you thieve earnings, you're currently fucking slaving someone out. You guys understanding this? And then what's it funding? Slavery. Cage locations, dungeons, torture chambers, as opposed to Hearst Castle. Okay? As opposed to a Vegas, a Flamingo Hotel, you know what I'm saying, a Sphere. Instead, you're fucking funding some fucking cage torture fucking chamber. And all while knowing these invasion beings are coming up, well, it's not just fentanyl that they're armed with. They're armed with cocaine, they're armed with crack cocaine, they're armed with methamphetamine. So when you take these various things, especially if you don't have a tolerance to nicotine, caffeine, or anything like that, that shit can get you fucking livid. That shit can fuck you up big time, and it is consumable through your mouth. So a lot of these incidents that people are going, well, why is this person so angry? Why is this person like this and that? Because they're high on meth. Some of them know that they're high on meth. Some of them are being poisoned. Some of them are being poisoned with various poisons. There's heroin out there. There's fentanyl out there. Who the fuck knows what anyone's on? And everyone, you're seeing the leading cause of death for the USA is apparently heart disease. We'll see if that remains when we get rid of all this fucking cocaine, meth, fucking crack cocaine. But a lot of people are eating at fast food locations. Well, who's at the fucking fast food location feeding everybody? You know what I'm saying? This invasion fucking being, once again, in control of your fucking food. And it's like, or at the factories. Once again, these invasion fucking beings are working at the fucking factories. This big fucking oxymoron siphoned to someone somewhere else. Someone else is consuming energy here. Food is energy. Trusting this being to not poison anyone. And it doesn't have to be drugs like that. What if they're adjusting your fucking hormones, dosing you with pregnancy pills, just like on that John Tucker Must Die movie or whatever? They could be adjusting your fucking hormones. Maybe a lot of these people that thought they were gay, or a lot of these people that thought, oh, I want to be a girl, they were being dosed with estrogen. Or someone else, they were being dosed with testosterone. Poisoned. They were being poisoned with testosterone. They're being poisoned with estrogen. They're being poisoned with fucking breast milk. Breast milk apparently has human growth hormone in it. So, I don't want to hear anything about any of this shit. I don't want anyone fucking coming at me with some fucking argument. You've heard what it is, and if you have an argument to throw my fucking way, then you're an invasion fucking being. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi fucking invasion fucking being, and you need to relocate yourself to another fucking universe. Because you don't belong in this one, alright? Welcome to the freedom frequency. Welcome to the freedom era. We are living freedom in this universe. This free will universe. Everybody gets to endure freedom because that's what the fuck I want. Alright? So, I'm deterministically allowing everyone to live free. Isn't that so beautiful? We get to we get to prove so many things, you know, just for me being alive, my existence. What else was I going to talk about? Yeah, so I do believe the judges, the Nazi law enforcement officers on every level, the FBI, CIA, I believe they're all fucking Nazi. They're all fucking Nazi. The only ones that I wouldn't say trust, because I only trust myself, but the only ones that seem to be knowing how to do their fucking job is the Secret fucking Service. For some reason, no one else seems to be knowing how to do their fucking job. Beings are located all across the planet. It's like, all right, everybody, let's dial it back a notch. We're getting invaded here. Okay, you can get yourself out of that location. Come back from that continent. That was another thing. So Trump froze all foreign aid for 90 days. Or it said most foreign aid for 90 days. So that he can review everything that is being distributed. So it's all been frozen, and the various state boundary lines that are sanctuary states or enacting their, what is that fucking DEI, the woke fucking words. It sounds like it's something, this is just, you know, these various beings love to use the word peace in a wrong way. So, for some reason they had everyone convinced, or I don't know if everyone's in on the hustle, that thieving speech is somehow going to spread freedom. Thieving speech is the opposite of spreading freedom. You're not going to be able to spread freedom by thieving speech. So thieving speech You're spreading slavery. So this DEI shit was saying, you're not allowed to say this at school. You're not allowed to say this, which was literally like, a boy is he and a girl is she. And, you know, you had to call them they and shit like that. So they're ending all that. You're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want now. He, she, they, we, me. I prefer me. Human, you want to call yourself human for once. So they eliminated all that. And then there's something about declaring that there's only 2 digestive tracts in existence. Male digestive tract and female digestive tract. I mean, there's really nothing to disagree about that. There's only 2 digestive tracts in existence. It's not that hard to understand. Man, woman, male, you know, female. Or you can just go ahead and skip all those steps and go human. Human mammal. Fucking he, she. What else was it? I believe Russia's still doing good. I think there was one more thing I was going to mention. If I think of it, I will. But yeah, I mean, and then the other thing is, we were forced to have that vaccine, and I posted on my thing here that it is a poison, it is deadly. They are forcing beings to consume or to be injected with this vaccine multiple times. And who are the beings that forced you to take that vaccine? The Nazi militia. All right, who are the beings that forced you to wear a mask, wear a garb? The Nazi militia. You're not allowed to tell me what I can do with my body. Fashion is art. My body is art. I'm allowed to speak, and art speaks. Pretty sure that's what the Statue of Liberty says. So when they forced the population, that's all Nazism. Forcing your population to, at least for the USA it is, to wear garb. It's all Nazism. And you're not allowed to enact any country book of law here. Anything that goes against what the USA book of law is saying is not allowed. So you can go ahead and do like the CIA fucking document releases and black out whatever part is not in congruence with the USA book of law. So if any of those book of laws say slave out doctors and slave out women, you know, go ahead and blank that part out. Murder gays, murder lesbians, you go ahead and blank that part out. Anything, you know, you're not supposed to have sex until you're married. Go ahead and blank that part out. It does not require, love does not require government permission, by the way, but apparently hate does. You're not allowed to hate people. It's called hate crime. They've made emotion, feeling emotion is illegal. You're seeing where all this was gonna fucking go. I mean, to have that mayor threaten her population that you're not allowed to clean up your own fucking property, guess what I do? I fucking flip properties. I had to clean this whole motherfucker up, and it was a fucking mess, dude. The whole fucking thing was a fucking mess. You wouldn't even recognize it. It was disgusting in here. Can't believe it got to that point, but of course they don't provide garbage service for anybody. They don't provide water, so of course a being can't hygiene themselves or fucking keep themselves hydrated. It was fucking disgusting. I mean, I was kind of far back, but yeah, I mean, to have the ability to say you're not allowed to clean up your own fucking property, and then to imagine these beings, they're so brainwashed. If she did say that, they'd be defying the commander-in-chief's orders to allow beings to clean up their own property while listening to this low fucking level fucking mayor. It's just fucking wild. They just always want to find these fucking excuses to be thieving people into fucking cage locations. Your own fucking property. Imagine that. And that's what it was gonna get to. I guarantee that's what it was fucking gonna get to. That you're not allowed to flip properties, possibly to the point that we're all forced to have a maid service. I was thinking, because here's the thing I'm doing at the moment. I've already told you, I'm keeping all my fucking cans. I've been keeping all my fucking cans. I'm getting a smelting furnace or whatever, and I want to pour these into bricks, metal bricks. So it's going to be separated tin, aluminum, all that, but I'm keeping my fucking cans. I just know that these fucking Nazis were going to make it to the point, if you buy a can, you have to fucking recycle the can. Because they're all in this fucking, there's an ammo shortage right now. The Pentagon recently announced, there's an ammo shortage. We can't deliver any more ammo to Nazi Ukraine. I've been keeping my metal for a while now, and I knew that shit was gonna fucking happen. That's exactly why I fucking kept it, is because you can pour metal into any fucking shape. So I can give those bricks to someone, or I know how to fucking pour things into a marble, a bowling ball, whatever you want, cannonball. They used to bowl with cannonballs. That's how bowling actually started, was cannonballs. So they were about the size of a softball. Decent size softball, baseball. So, I've been keeping all those, and the smelting device is like $90, $75 or something. I don't know, in that range from Amazon. And I plan on melting it down at some point, but I don't want to get it and not have very much metal on me. So I've been saving up for a while. I use their fucking money to buy it, you know, food assistance, and then I just keep all the fucking metal. But yeah, I just knew that they were gonna be, well, now there's fires. Let's make sure everyone's house is clean. Do you pass the code? Is your house clean enough? Are there any fire hazards around? Oh, you have a fire hazard. We're gonna force you into cages, or we're gonna thieve you of earnings. It's all a fucking Nazi fucking hustle. I'm fucking tired of this fucking shit, dude. I can't believe people just get hustled, or I have myself convinced that everyone's in on that fucking hustle. Everyone's a fucking actor, all right? When something happens, guess what? Who do you fucking call? Instead of reaching for your waistband or saying, hey, stop, everyone fucking dials up 911, all right? So, therefore, everyone is, you're not an employee at this location. You're not just a citizen, civilian walking around. You're some fucking undercover motherfucker, you know? Everyone's a fucking undercover fucking actor. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, because, I don't know. Yeah, there really should be, but for now, I'm remaining semi-anonymous. I'm semi-anonymous at the moment. I guess some people know about me, some people don't. But, whatever. So, what I wanted to say with the military. The plans for moving forward on the I can just explain it without showing it. Let me go back to my song. So I need the army to, this is what my highest recommendation is. Let's go down. My highest recommendation is the army is going to be stationed at the border. You move down with the army. You send the Air Force. The Air Force is going to, I would say, heavily bomb with smaller bombs, not large nuclear bombs just yet. Smaller bombs hit the structures, and if they came in here armed with chemical weapons, and they've been genociding our population, 109,501 planetary orbit around the sun, And losing those Boeing 737, Boeing 747s, they're armed with chemical weapons. They're armed with metal projectile weapons. So I believe the USA should go ahead and utilize that option of, let's go ahead and dust this location with whatever various chemical weapon, whether it's white phosphorus or anything that you can think up. You know, go ahead and dust that location. Go ahead and start up some fucking fires here and there, just like what's happening here. Go ahead and start those fucking fires up. And so it's going to be the army is more ground. So the army moves down. They're just going to be walking. I would recommend you send out in an arrow style so that we're not getting crossfire like that from people shooting this way, people shooting that way. If everyone just goes in a block, it's going to be a big fucking friendly fire battle. So you want to send them out in these points, these arrows, groups of, just like geese fly, groups of arrows. Now everybody is, and I'm not talking about really close together, but kind of spread out, you know, whatever. You have your room. And then so far away, maybe however far the bullet can travel, that's where the next group goes, or about that distance. That way we're not getting any fucking friendly fire. Don't have to worry about that whole situation. The Air Force, I would like for them to lead by hitting the locations, and then the Army is going to go through and secure the location. Okay, so that's that plan. There's the waters. The waters have to be protected along with the USA country boundary lines. And at the same time, we have Nazi Canada that's right above us, ready to fucking troll during this whole fucking war. So the Navy has to be stationed along either side of the continent, and then the Navy, portions of the Navy will drop down all at once. And I would have the ones that are stationed along the southern border from Florida to Texas. They're going to be dropping down in whatever form you want. They're dropping down and hitting this side of the invasion. That way the beings are being hit from all sides. Otherwise they're going to all escape down into, or invade, I should say. They're all going to invade down into the next country, which is Nicaragua or something, I don't know. But we don't want any fights in the future. We don't want them invading these locations and harassing a potential location that would be down to sign a treaty. So you want you got to cut it off by having the Navy come down. They're going to work their way up. I would have them heavily bombing from the waters. I know the Mexican military does have some light military, but as far as most of it, I don't believe they have a very large Navy. So it should be pretty easy, and the missiles can go pretty far. So the other thing is with the Space Force, of course, should be obtaining satellite imaging. That should be a pretty easy thing. My satellite imaging is going to be from whatever date it was taken, but live actual photos of the moment, that's going to be Space Force's job. Marines are just going to have to go through with the DEA and ICE and fucking participate in dropping these beings. Because there's no way that 1,500 a day is going to accomplish the total amount, which is 20 million. So the Marines could potentially help with the, at that moment. When war, I would wait until the war is active. And I mean, I know they started firing on the Army, so I don't know if that's tomorrow. I'm not saying there's any time limit, but once the war is active with Nazi Mexico, send out the fucking Marines throughout the USA and have them start dropping these fucking invasion beings on the spot, because they're fucking currently, you know, in every fucking way imaginable. I don't want any more people murdered, any more of our people murdered or overdosed or suicided or human trafficked or anything. I don't want anyone getting raped, and I don't want them filling our fucking cage locations. I want them all closed down, so drop it where it fucking stands, dude. I don't care what fucking age it is. I'm talking about the fucking, if it's pregnant, if it's a fucking sack of cells on the fucking ground crawling around, go ahead and drop it, dude. That's just how things are. Welcome back to reality, everybody. I know sometimes things suck, but everyone made their choice, and they chose Nazism. They chose to invade. They chose to murder. They chose to slave and human traffic women. I mean, it's like the Mexicans just cannot get over this fucking slavery. That's where the Confederates came from. It's fucking Mexico. So throughout I'm done being fucking trolled as a country from that fucking location, especially as weak as they are. I'm done being trolled from Nazi Canada. They have less beings in Nazi Canada than California alone, okay? And then Greenland, I mean, that should be pretty easy to negotiate a settlement because they got 55,000 beings. What is that, one fucking city for the whole fucking big ass piece of land? Come on, you guys. So, and then the Panama Canal, you either fucking give it back or we're gonna come in there with the fucking military and make you fucking take it, make us take it back, you know what I'm saying? I'll take it back forcefully. I don't give a fuck if you move your wrist. If you don't want to fucking move your wrist, then you can go ahead and take a bullet to the fucking dome. You won't be around anymore. You get to go to another universe. Remember, you continue living. You continue, this is not your only life. Your consciousness will continue on to whatever universe fits your consciousness will to survive. You're gonna go to your best universe. Your dystopian utopia filled with Nazism and an equilibrium of eternal bliss. You know, everyone's just getting along and nothing bad ever happens. No one's ever dying anywhere. No one's ever getting hurt or anything. There's no fires. It's just this eternal bliss of existence that you get to fucking continue to endure till you're, who knows? I don't know why everyone is concerned about living longer. I mean, especially when everything's as shit as it is right now. Maybe you'll live to be 200. That's cool to think about. So, I'm wondering if when we get rid of these fucking invasion beings armed with chemical weapon, armed with metal projectile weapon, I'm wondering if, is disorder all of a sudden gonna go down? Because I'm pretty sure ADHD means someone's smoking meth nearby and this kid's coming hyper to school. Well, why is he hyper? He's currently on meth, so let's give him an amphetamine to make sure he doesn't get overdosed unintentionally or whatever. I'm wondering if all these mental disorders, this and that, depression, well, are they getting bullied at school by some invasion fucking being? Retardation, are they being interrupted in school by some invasion fucking being? Are they being poisoned with lead by some invasion fucking being? Are they being taught some other fucking language? You know, speaking Spanish the whole time and now this person's fucking retarded because you never taught it how to fucking speak? So, we're going to see disorders drop. We're going to see prices drop. Food is energy, so we're going to see an abundance of food. Education locations are likely going to not endure shootings anymore because everyone's going to be in a better mood, I'm hoping. With the ability, and I'm not just talking about these invasion beings harassing, but with the ability to speak freely, you're now free of being trolled. You know, I'm tired of people getting punished for saying words. So every location, I remember they used to not let us say what was called profanity. No profanity words. And they came over loudspeaker. These words are not allowed. You weren't allowed to say fuck, shit. 4-letter words they called them. Fuck, shit, hell, damn, with an N. Jackass, ass, asshole. You're not allowed to say all these things. Bitch, dick, cunt, retard. All those fucking things are now allowed, okay? You're allowed to defend yourself with words. If someone's being a fucking asshole, cunt, dick, then fucking call them that. Um, if you want to go back home and avoid all the trolls, go ahead and do that. That's what each location needs to start fucking offering, because that's how it was when I grew up. And I didn't have the luxury of being able to speak any and all words. We just did that on our own time when we were together. But if there was a Nazi walking around, it's like, uh-oh, someone's nearby, don't say this, don't say that. You know, so even at our homes, we weren't allowed. They had, I'm tired of the fucking homework. If you can't get your fucking message across to your fucking concentration camp beings within the allotted time, then something, you know, you need to change your teaching technique, because homework means I'm educating myself. Now, isn't that your fucking job? You're supposed to be educated. Now you have me doing your fucking job. And not only that, the government has worked its way into the private citizen civilian lives. Okay? Instead of interacting with family members, instead of fucking having fun, playing video games with your friends, picking up hobbies, learning art, listening to music, you're forced to write these fucking irrelevant fucking essays on some irrelevant fucking book that no one gives a fuck about. You're forced to learn algebra, these algebraic equations that no one fucking gives a fuck about. Why the fuck was algebra such a focus? I'm still at a loss for words to this moment. So, a lot of things need to change. Starting with the homework aspect. I want everyone fucking fed at the fucking Nazi concentration camp locations. It should all be, food is available for whatever being is there. If they don't want food, they don't have to eat the food there. They can bring their own, okay? But it should all be fucking available. You can wear whatever you want to the fucking school. These forced uniforms at public government locations. You're forcing garb on people. You're thieving speech from people. You're feeding invasion beings. You're fucking allowing them to disrupt the education. You're overheating structures. And now we're having fucking fires. Yeah, air conditioning units do go out. Alright, so when you have this thing running nonstop because you're above fucking capacity, you're a fucking risk to the country at this point. You're a fucking risk to that population. You're who you're claiming to care about, which I know you don't. You're fucking risking their fucking life to aid someone somewhere else. I'm convinced that these fucking educators are high on some fucking drug. They're all fucking hitting the coke. They're all fucking, it probably used to be smoking weed, but you know, you guys couldn't allow that for some reason, but now they're all probably hitting that fucking coke, crack cocaine, meth, fentanyl, Oxycontin, who the fuck knows what. But the amount that's being imported compared to the amount that everyone's seeing, it's not adding up. So someone somewhere is doing these fucking drugs. I'm hearing that plug nose sound in a lot of these fucking Nazi news outlets. Why is your nose clogged? Why is your nose plugged up right now? Can anyone answer me that on these Nazi news outlets? You all sound like you have a fucking plugged up nose. That to me is evidence of you're inhaling something. Now what is it you're inhaling? Okay, so are you inhaling coke, crack cocaine, meth, an Adderall fucking pill that you broke down? Are you inhaling some fucking Vicodin, some opiates? What is it that you're fucking inhaling? Because your fucking nose is plugged. So that we're gonna have to figure that out. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. But like I said, the math is not adding up to the amount of homeless or houseless beings in the USA and the amount of drugs that are being brought in. So who's fucking consuming the fucking drugs? Is what I want to know. So, and I know it's not just one wealth bracket, whoever the fuck you are out there that doesn't have your fucking life together, you need to stop trolling me. You need to stop aiding the invasion. You need to stop trolling the fucking country, harassing, you're participating in the murder of the USA population. You're suiciding yourself at the same time. You're aiding someone else. All these factors are just fucking adding up. I want everybody that's fucking a part of that fucking fam, you have this portrayal that you have your fucking life together, functioning fucking has your life together, when in reality, you're fucking hitting something that you're not supposed to be hitting from someone somewhere the fuck else. Alright? I'm tired of the fucking siphon of time, siphon of earnings, siphon of fucking beings to these locations that you're vacationing at. Get your fucking ass back here. If you want to vacation somewhere, then find the fucking location that you want to vacation at, which I would recommend Hawaii. Hawaii, Florida, New York, California, Vegas, Nevada, Lake Tahoe, fucking Texas, Colorado. Where is it you're trying to have fun at? Because it requires funding. So when you siphon all your earnings to these other locations, they're gonna look beautiful. So if you're wondering where all the fucking resorts are, well, you siphon so much fucking of your earnings. Your tax evasion fucking earnings, your 10% fucking tax evasion, you siphon so much to these fucking other fucking locations that there's no resorts here, there's only dungeon. You funded the fucking invasion. How do they pay for it? Well, you just went on vacation out there, didn't you guys? All the wealthy and famous, you went to that location, that location. Well, out here in California, we can't have Bali huts because someone wants to, some Nazi wants to go, well, the turtles are there, the whales are swimming right there. But they'll go out to fucking Bali. They'll take a plane ride, a fucking boat ride, out to fucking Bali. But here in their own fucking location, right off your fucking coastline. Could be Bali here in California. And I'm pretty sure Dubai is showing everyone that. This is what country can do. They can put big ass sand dunes here, but you always got some fucking moron that goes, well, there's something out there that you don't ever see that for some reason I want it alive. It's like, you want something that can bite off my fucking leg or swallow me whole to be alive in the fucking ocean. As opposed to vacation. As opposed to resort. As opposed to skyscraper. So, I'm fucking done with everything. It's been a long fucking day. It hasn't really been a fun fucking day. I'm moving forward with cleaning. I'm hoping we can do the same with the country boundary lines. It's kind of feeling like we're all enduring the same thing here. It's like my life got hit by a fucking nuclear bomb. And I'm enduring this after effect of radiation. I don't know, it's still affecting my life somehow. It's like cancer, it just keeps fucking growing. And hopefully I'm in remission soon, but now everyone gets to endure what you forced me to endure, which is your loss of home, your loss of your transportation, no one to call when you're in emergency situations, and that goes for every fucking location. Florida, North Carolina, whatever on the East Coast, fucking California, southern part of California. A plus B equals B plus A. I do believe that beings always will respond to teach beings the lessons that we need to learn. That's part of our existence, is to, I guess, raise our consciousness, and you can only raise your consciousness if you're learning the lessons, right? Learning and comprehending the lessons. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, it's just it blows my mind. So the Nazi Germany is upset with the USA right now, and it just so happens at the same time, these various locations, these various states also have an issue, and it's these Nazi law enforcement officers, these Nazi law enacting beings that are the ones protecting the fucking invasion. Nazi judges, Nazi councilmen in the low level Nazi leadership, you know, who they all want to respect over the commander-in-chief, over the congressional branch, over the judicial branch. They all want to treat these beings as if they're fucking presidents. Like, no, That word's not even in the fucking USA Book of Law. I'm sure you don't fucking know that, but I don't see anything in there about mayor. I don't see anything in there about governor. So, I mean, you can proceed to speak USA English. And if you want to speak USA English and spell USA English, you're going to have to read through the USA Book of Law, because I'm seeing some various spelling differences in some of the words that we've been spelling. So I prefer to speak exactly how the USA founding fathers spoke. And this can all be evidence of someone trying to invade the location and forcing us to learn that these words are spelled this way and that way, you know. Sometimes looking back on the locations, I go, fuck, these things had barbed wire fencing around them. Fucking barbed wire fencing around them. And I'm pretty sure the barbed wire was sticking in towards the school. It's like, okay, when you want to keep someone out, you put the barbed wire that way. They had it in so students can't climb over the fence. I'm wondering, what were they going to do with that, for one? And then, two, who were they fucking... did we have concentration camps up in this motherfucker? Because the place that I went to was an elementary school, middle school, and high school, all turned into one high school, which was still the same. It was still elementary, middle school, high school. It got flipped the year that I finally fucking graduated. So after I graduated, it's all flipped into this new structure. But I'm pretty sure the barbed wire fencing remains. And it's just interesting that they have it all set up the way that they do now and how it was set up then. It's like, this all looks like a fucking concentration camp. The whole fucking thing looks like a concentration camp. So, it used to have a different name as far as I remember. I'm wondering about the name. The name is suspicious. So, oh man, yeah. Hopefully, everyone is going to utilize the option to homeschool your offspring. You're going to be getting paid $10,000 to homeschool your offspring if you're in a state boundary line that is not aiding in housing the invasion, and you're in a state boundary line that is allowing the USA Book of Law, at least the first bill. I guess we'll get to the 21st bill, but I want everyone to know that DUIs are down 40% and car crashes are up 200%. So, way to go once again. You guys have fucking failed as a fucking ideology. We've proved that, I believe the statistics prove that as DUIs go down, car crashes go up in a drastic opposing equal and opposite, you know. So way to go, hero. Way to go, hero. You guys really did a bang up fucking job. All the schools, you know, now you get to locate yourself at the schools with all these minors, you fucking chomos, you know. You get to be around someone's parental producer. I get to be around women all day and this and that, and it's just a fucking chomo's fucking paradise as far as Nazism goes. And I'm pretty sure my little session last night was pretty evident that they aren't trustworthy beings. They're raping, they're fucking murdering, and it's the Nazi law enforcement officers, it's the fucking judges. For some reason, the Border Patrol was letting these beings in, signing papers to let them in, and you know, DEA for some reason was all focused on me and my fucking life. Me growing a plant, for some reason that was Nazis, Class A, Section 1 fucking felony, Schedule 1 fucking drug. Now it's Schedule 3, so it's medication across the entire USA. Of course, that's federal law, so, you know, these Nazi state locations, you're going to want to, you know, do this guessing game. Which law am I following? Am I listening to the feds, or am I listening to the USA, or am I listening to some Confederate Nazi? So you're going to want to look into that, but, yeah, for some reason the DA just fucking failed entirely and fucking focused their entire energy on USA citizen civilian doing the moonshine. You doing the moonshine? Are you doing the 21st bill? All while allowing all these beings to come the fuck in here. So fuck you to the Border Patrol. You guys get what you fucking deserve. I hope you contract some viruses and flus. Disgusting motherfuckers. So, with that being said, I'm gonna hit one of these Pop-Tarts here. Alright. I hope you all know I'm not someone to be fucked with, and you have some beings in here that you're really fucking pissing off. Ted Cruz didn't sound very happy about the national security threat at the Panama Canal. Trump and Vance don't sound very happy either. Some of these locations want to get mad. You better fucking watch what you fucking say. Alright? Because I'm not fucking around here. And you know how much fucking power I have now. Remember back when X got banned in Brazil and shit, you know? Isn't that crazy? So, I'm not on that at the moment. I'm on fucking YouTube. Isn't that crazy, guys? I'm on YouTube. Who else was housing and aiding in the invasion? Can you guys think of any companies that were housing and aiding in the invasion? I don't think Playboy was. I don't see them wearing Playboy, but boxing. Boxing clubs? Are you guys seeing a lot of fighters and boxers, you know? UFC maybe, DAZN, whatever the fuck it is. DAZN. Alright. And if they aren't fucking Mexican, it's this is why I had to stop watching for a while. I'm just watching some other fucking country beings fight here in the USA. But for some reason they're having it called USA, you know, UFC. It's like, go do that shit in fucking Brazil. Do that shit in Mexico. In your various locations. But these beings that can't even speak the fucking language, you gotta have a translator. It's a fucking joke the whole time I'm sitting in these press conferences. They sound like fucking morons. And so it's usually Mexican, Brazil. They got other ones though. And then of course, if it's not that, then it's a fucking Bethlehem, dude. Every fucking time it's a fucking Bethlehem. You know, they're so peaceful, but yeah, it's like, wow, this is crazy. They got that death weapon around their neck. Or they're speaking some fucking thing that no one can understand. A lot of times they can't even understand it. Huh? Yeah, so I guess that kind of concludes what I want to say. I have some things that I want to do and some stuff I want to watch. I'm going to do that. So everybody, peace the fuck out.